Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're creating a very simple quiz in PowerPoint. Now this can be added to a presentation where you just want to check that people have understood what it is that you're talking about. So with this slide, if we click on hint, we'll get a hint. And if we click to reveal the answer, then we'll get the answer. Let's have a look at how we would create an effect like this. I have a new blank PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to change the style of the slide. Now I can do that by simply right-clicking on it and choosing a layout. I want a layout with a title only, so I just want it to be very plain. And in my title is going to be my question. So I'm just going to click here and type my question. Now with this question, I want it to be on a few lines. So I'm just going to squeeze up my text box and I'm just going to bring it down into a slightly more friendly position on the slide. It doesn't have to be a heading. We're going to add a background to the slide. So I'm going to right click the slide and choose Format Background. Now I'm just going to use a gradient fill, and I know that the image that I'm going to use for my hint has sort of blues and pinks in it. So I'm choosing gradient fill and I'll choose a preset gradient. I'm just going to choose this one, which is a light sort of gradient. And then you can choose the style. I'm going to use radial because that gives us a little bit of an interesting effect. I'll close down the panel. The next thing is that we need the image for our hint. Now I have a picture already stored on disk. So I'm going to insert and then pictures, and I'm going to this device. I'm just going to click on this image. I've downloaded it from unsplash.com. So I'm just going to place it over here. It can be nice and big. It's an attractive image. I chose it for that very reason. It's also very, very descriptive of Istanbul. Most people who know Istanbul will recognize this image, and of course that's going to give them the hint that they need. We're going to cover this image up, so I'm going to the Insert panel, I'm going to Shapes, and I'm going to drag out a rectangle that is the size of this image. So let's just drag it out here and just make sure that it completely covers the image. Now I want to put the word hint here, so I'm going to, with the shape selected, right click and choose Edit Text. I'm just going to type hint, indicating that this shape can be clicked and a hint will be revealed. The next thing is we need the answer. So I'm going to again insert and again to shapes. I'm going to use a rounded rectangle for this. Here are a rectangle, so I'm going to choose the rounded rectangle. Just going to drag this out. And I'm going to right click here and choose Edit Text, and I'm going to write in answer, and the answer is of course Istanbul. I'm going to make that text a lot larger, so I'll select it, go back to the Home tab of the ribbon and just increase the text size. Also want it to be left justified, so I'm going to click here on Align Left. I'm going to align the text answer to the left as well. I'm going to change the background to this to make it a sort of purple color, so I'll select it and go up here to Shape Format. From the drop down list here I can choose a different format. I'm going to choose this sort of subtle effect plum accent, again because I know that this is the sort of colors that are reminiscent of this image. I just want to keep everything looking pretty attractive. Now we can't put the answer on the screen obviously because then it wouldn't be a quiz. So we're going to need to cover this up with something. So back again to Insert and then Shapes, and again to our rounded rectangle. And I'm going to drag out a rounded rectangle that will go completely over the top of our answer. I'm going to right click it and choose Edit Text. Here I'm going to type click to reveal the answer. So we have our question, we have our answer, and we have our hint, but our slide is not going to be functioning because if I click here to play it, you'll see that nothing is clickable here. In actual fact, all we do when we click is go on to the next slide. So we need to add some functionality to this, and we're going to do this using animations. So I'm going to click on this box here, not the image. I just want to make this box disappear, because if this box disappears, if I press delete, I'll show you, you'll see that the image behind it is going to appear. So let me just undo that. So we need this box to disappear. So with it selected, we'll go up to animations, and in the animations panel, we're going to click on this drop down because we want an exit animation. You'll see that there are ones for entrance and emphasis, but we want it to disappear. So we're going to click here on disappear, and it disappears. It has a little number 1 up here, which tells us that it's the first animation. If we need to reorder them for any reason, we would need to know that information. Over here, this little star tells us that this slide now has an animation on it. So now I'm going to do the same thing here for click to reveal the answer. I'm going to click on the shape and I'm going again to our animations. I'm going to again make it disappear. So when I click on it, it's going to reveal the answer. Now, rather than just assuming this is going to work, let's just go and test it. I click here on the slide. So this is what our slide would look like in the presentation. Let's click for the hint. That looks fine. Click to reveal the answer. That looks fine too. But let's try it again because I have a suspicion that it really isn't functioning quite the way we expect. Let's test it again, but this time instead of doing the hint first and the answer second, let's try the answer first. I'm going to click on it. Well, here's our problem. When I click on this panel here, the hint appears, not the answer, and I have to click twice to actually show the answer. So there's a fundamental flaw in our animation, and the fundamental flaw is going to be indicated in the animation pane. You see, as soon as I click anything, rectangle 6, which is this rectangle here, is going to do its job. Even if I click this option here, what PowerPoint's going to register is that I click something, and it's going to do whatever the first animation is. Now, reordering the animations isn't going to help me because it's just going to make it even worse. Let's reorder them and let's just play this. So now if I click on hint, you'll see that the answer appears, and only when I click on hint a second time does the actual hint appear. What's happening is that PowerPoint's not discriminating at this stage on what I'm clicking on. It's just saying, okay, you clicked once, well, I'm going to do the first thing, which was to make this thing disappear, and then you click again, well, I'm going to make this box disappear. What we want to do is to make PowerPoint discriminate between what it is that we're clicking on. So let's go to animation number 2, which is this rectangle, and with it selected, let's go up here to trigger. And what we're going to do is we're going to say that this animation only works on click of this actual rectangle, which is rectangle 6. So now we have to do the same to this rectangle here, but I'm not 100% sure what it is. So I'm just going to hover over it so I can read in the box what it is. So I'm looking for rectangle rounded corners 8. So with it selected, we're going up here to the trigger. We're going to set it to on click of rectangle rounded corners 8. We have to be sure about which of these two rectangles we actually want to affect. So now I've got triggers on these. Let's go and see how this works now. I'm going to click to reveal the answer and nothing's going to happen to the hint. The hint is only going to appear when I click it. So I click this box first, this box second. Let's go and see what happens if we go the other way around. Click on the hint, it works perfectly. Click on the answer, it works perfectly. So this is an exercise in creating a simple quiz in PowerPoint. It's also a reminder that you should check things really carefully. Don't just assume because if you click one thing once and then the other thing and it works, that it's going to work the same way. If you go and click them in a reverse order, you need to test them all. And these little trigger events, really smart and really easy to apply to make sure that things only occur when you click on what it is that you want to click on. If you like carefully researched content like this, clearly presented in a step-by-step format so that you can get great results every time, then you'll love my other YouTube videos. So give this video a thumbs up and click to subscribe to the channel. And on the screen now, you'll see a video that I've handpicked for you to watch next.